Angel Reese was left visibly uncomfortable by what Shaq said about her and the WNBA. Shaq saying outlandish things is nothing new. If you have watched him on Inside the NBA or followed him on social media, Shaq is always saying things that will cause you to scratch your head and ask what the big man was thinking. But this time, he might have gone over the line, not only because of what he said, but to whom he said it to. By the end of this video, you'll see why Angel Reese was so stunned by Shaq's comments. Shaq and Angel are extremely close. He even called her the greatest athlete to come out of LSU.
She's probably the greatest athlete ever to come out of LSU sports. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Man and
I
female.
love the competitive. I love
Did you hear
the
what I just
competitive
said?
aspect. Male and
Did you hear what I just
female.
said? Male and
The
female.
best?
She's
Yourself included.
Yes, because guess what?
boy.
She delivered. She delivered that package. See, a lot of us got the package and we still got the package in our tree.
For those who might not know, Shaq himself came out of the LSU program, so for him to say that Angel is the greatest ever to do it from LSU means a lot. What Shaq said might not even be a hyperbole. After all, Angel brought an NCAA championship to LSU and was named the tournament's most outstanding player. Shaq recently made an appearance on Angel's new podcast. There, the two began to talk about women's basketball and how to make the sport more popular. In the past, Shaq has suggested that the WNBA should lower the rim slightly so that the women can dunk like the men in the NBA. He brought this idea up once more, but Angel wasn't having it.
But I have a solution for that, and nobody's gonna like my solution.
Come here.
So, let me explain why I came up with this solution first. In women's beach volleyball, let's just say that the net is 10. For women, it's lower just a little bit. I'm not saying lower it to 9, 5, 9, 6, but just 9, 9.
Just so we can dunk?
Yes.
No.
No.
Lowering the net would have a lot of ramifications, as all shooters would need to readjust their shots in order to match the new height of the rim. But it's not surprising that Shaq doesn't take into consideration the effects of shooting, as he was never a shooter himself. On top of that, the idea didn't sit well with Angel because it comes off as patronizing because it overlooks the skill of the women's game and puts highlights at the forefront.
I hate when men say that.
But listen, that's the only difference.
We start dunking, then what?
Watch. We got shooters. Y'all got shooters. Oh, guys got some handles. Girls got some handles. Oh, we got this. We got that. Oh, we got talkers. Oh, we got brawls. Only thing is missing is the dunk.
Angel brought up a good point that no matter what the women do, the larger basketball audience won't give them the same respect as men do in the NBA. So, trying to play for that audience doesn't make sense. Instead, they should try to perfect the product toward their already loyal fan base. But Shaq wasn't hearing it.
Telling you now, if you lower that thing to 99999.
And what's gonna happen? All right, tell me, the money gonna go through the roof?
Yeah.
What you think, we finna make meals?
Yes.
What kind of meals?
The same
Not-
amount. I'm telling you.
200 mil contracts? 100 mils? No, absolutely not.
See,
We don't even have the people don't even watch the game.
Shaq might be a business mogul, but that doesn't mean every one of his ideas is a slam dunk. But at least this was a harmless suggestion. Things soon began to get weird between the two of them, starting with Shaq mentioning why he enjoys watching women's sports.
What you mean?
Like all sports, people don't watch women's sports regardless.
That's not true. I watch track and field.
Why you watch track and field?
I watch track and field. Bro, I love track and field.
The women, they were looking so good this year for
Jamaican
the
team,
Olympics.
oh my
Yes.
God. WooWee.com.
That's the problem right there. Shaq isn't concerned about the skill of the game, but rather the visual aspect of it. He wants to market how the girls look rather than how they play. This was later made evident by his comments, which made Angel extremely uncomfortable.
Bro, imagine you.
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show, dunking. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, Cuz? You tripping.
Oh my
What?
God.
What?
God.
The same little shirt you had on.
Okay, all right.
Bro.
All right.
Shaq was extremely out of pocket with those comments. This entire exchange was really sexist. First, sex appeal doesn't come up in conversations about men's basketball to the extent it does with women's basketball. Second, Shaq would never suggest any of these ideas to a male basketball player. He simply would not sit across from a male podcast host and basketball player and say that men shooting shirtless would attract more fans. So why is he implying that in order for women to attract more viewers and higher earnings that they should do so in a little-ass shorts? What's worse is the fact that Angel has referred to Shaq as a father figure. Shaq and Angel's relationship extends beyond a love for LSU. O'Neal has become a father figure for Reese, even walking her to center court for her senior day ceremony on March 3rd. He even referred to her as his daughter on Twitter.
It's like a daughter to me, so I'm going to protect her. I call her. Just mess with her, but it's good. She's doing a great job.
Meanwhile, Angel has had nothing but amazing things to say about the big man too. He's so genuine. He's been there for me through tough times. He just gets it, and there's not a more perfect person for me to be tight with. We have fun, and if I need anything, he would help me. And he would do that even if I never played basketball again. He doesn't care about me as a player. He cares about me as a person. But he might not sound so genuine to her now. On top of that, Angel has also spoken out against fans sexualizing her.
I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time. And I just try to stand strong for my teammates because I don't want them to see me down and not be there for them. So I just want to always just know I'm still a human. All this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day I haven't had peace since then.
Angel made it clear that she was not in agreement with any of Shaq's ideas, because Angel, like most women, knows that even if the rim was lowered, the players would then be mocked for dunking on a shorter rim. And if women even dared to play in anything other than a standard basketball uniform, they would be slut-shamed. If they're not taken seriously now, they're not going to be taken seriously playing in shorts and with lowered rims. Fans can become fanatical and do despicable things. Speaking of despicable, Angel even alleges that some fans have made AI-generated images of her, depicting her without clothes on, and sent them to her family members.
After the season, and when I was in my press conference and I was talking about being sexualized, I guess people thought that was because I post pictures in my bathing suits. No, multiple occasions people have made AI pictures of me naked. Literally.
Really?
They have sent it to my family members. My family members are uncles are sending it to me
no.
Are you naked on Instagram? It sucks to see that.
That's truly horrible. Not only are fans spreading fake images of her online, but are involving her family members in it for no good reason other than to harm Angel. No wonder she dislikes Caitlyn's fan base. If someone did the same thing to Caitlyn, they would be up in arms over it. Some have even tried to argue that Angel asked to be sexualized by the way she dresses and the things she posts on Instagram.
Where I'm saying I'm asking for, or being able to have a moment where I'm being vulgar, or I'm this, that, it's the same. It's been happening for a really, really, really long time now. Mm-hmm. And now it's just okay, find something new.
And it's not like Angel is the first WNBA player to care about how she looks. This has been a thing for years now.
Lisa Leslie, I've always said Lisa Leslie, her hair was always slicked back. She had her lips on. Tina Thompson.
Candace Parker had baby hairs.
And did. They've been doing this. It just wasn't, social media wasn't so prevalent that it is right now. It's popping right now, and just being able to know that I'm happy where I'm happy to see all the girly girls.
Clearly, Angel knows how to use her looks and her skills on the court to garner attention and earn a living. However, doing what Shaq suggests would only feed into the trolls who have made Angel's life so hard. On top of that, it would tear down the women's game, which has been built up from years and years of struggle by generations of players. If they wanted to simply sell merchandise and make money like that, the previous generations of women players could have done so easily. But these women are athletes who want to compete and win championships. That is the main priority. Anything that diminishes that or makes a mockery of it can't be seriously considered. This is why it's odd to hear something like lowering the rims and wearing smaller clothes as a suggestion by a basketball Hall of Famers. Shaq should know what athletes really want to do and accomplish. But clearly, his main objective is to have a more eye-pleasing sport rather than a competitive one. That's why he has received a ton of backlash from fans, and why Angel Reese was so vividly uncomfortable when her mentor figure was talking about things that were clearly crossing the line. However, Shaq remained oblivious to the fact that he said something uncomfortable. Instead, he kept on acting as if his idea was revolutionary and that you're wrong for not believing in it. That may speak to his ego, but if he took a step back and listened to what he actually said, perhaps he would come to his senses. As for Angel, it's unlikely we'll see her championing Shaq's idea of lowering the rim and wearing little shorts. She is clearly a competitor.